Five Guys started with just 4 stores in 2002.
Today, there are more than 1,200 Five Guys all around the country, some around the world. There are almost 20 now in Minnesota. So what is the secret to Five Guys' success? This morning, Russia Eats.
2 patties.
Ryan Dussault is probably the last guy you'd expect to be running a chain of Twin Cities burger joints.
Are you a restaurant guy?
I am not.
His background is tennis, a D3 All-American at Gustavus, and a coach of dozens of world-class players. Now in charge of a dozen Twin Cities Five Guys, including this new one in Shakopee.
I was not in the restaurant industry, which Five Guys actually preferred, because I didn't come in with any predetermined ideas of how burgers and fries are supposed to be made.
Five Guys is one of the fastest growing restaurant concepts in the industry. It's simple too. Burgers, fries, now milkshakes. That's about it.
I think they were a little ahead of the curve on understanding, wow, real, good, high quality ingredients in a clean environment.
The burgers are all hand pattied in the restaurants. Fries hand cut from potatoes that sit on display in giant sacks. The name of the potato farm also displayed in each store.
We only take potatoes from the 42nd parallel and north. So our type of fry, those potatoes grow slower than a potato from the south, which makes them denser.
The fries are cooked in peanut oil, and peanuts are there for people waiting in line to snack on.
All our vegetables come in whole. Every patty is hand pattied. No microwaves, no freezer, no can openers. You know, everything's made in front of you. We're not hiding anything.
Pricing is simple too. Cheese and bacon is extra, but otherwise, you load up your burger with whatever toppings you'd like.
There's no timers in here.
Everything is cooked by feel here. The burgers are well done, diner style.
I can guarantee you that our burger well done is as juicy as anything you'd ever want.
The fries are blanched, pre-cooked, and finished to perfection.
Gives up that firm outside with a mashed potato inside. It's high quality food, keeping that simple, to a clean environment and great guest service. And those 3 things are easy to say, sometimes hard to pull off.
Yeah. Often hard to pull off, right? Five Guys continues to expand around here. There's a store opening at 5th and Nicollet Mall this summer, another in the Highland Park neighborhood in St. Paul. And they are just adding milkshakes to the stores. It took them several years to go ahead and add that in. Because they had,
yes!
Yeah, good news,
yes.
right? It's the same bit. So it's one price for the milkshake, and then you can add in whatever kind of mix-ins you want.
Oh, wow.
So I had like a coffee flavored, like a chocolate coffee milkshake.
That sounds
It was
incredible.
very good. Yeah, very good.
All right, so I'll preface this by saying I love Five Guys, but can I lodge one complaint?
Sure.
Why does like the one patty hamburger have to be called a little hamburger? Like I feel like so
child,
less
I
than.
know.
Like, hi, can I have the kids meal?
Step up, get
Regular.
the double patty, man.
I know.
Then need a nap. I don't have that much time.
I always order the little too, so don't feel bad.
Okay,
about
good.
it.
Thank
These are the potatoes that we actually bring out from the front.
Yeah, I thought I recognized that bag.
Absolutely. So, fresh potatoes. We got our monster cutter over here.
I like that name, Monster Cutter.
There is a lot of potato here, but here at Five Guys, this should take you less than 5 minutes.
Get out of here.
This monster cutter helps you if you step into it, get your body weight in.
So you gotta lean in.
Boom.
All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Perfect.
How many pounds of potatoes do you go through a day?
Typically, we go through about 500 pounds of potatoes a day.
We submerge our hand-cut potatoes into the deep fryer for the pre-cooking stage. Then it's time for the mush test.
Take that guy,
Okay.
push down firm. Notice how it's stuck together.
Uh-huh.
That's an indicator of a good pre-cook. If we push down and it snapped off, it would be undercooked.
I passed the mush test. And the final cook, how long does that take?
About 2 to 2.5 minutes.
And what am I looking for in the final cook?
Final cook, the fries themselves will start to float to the top. If you notice the bubbles that are in there, those bubbles are going to start to go away. If you see, there's a slight change in color. They're firm on the outside, and the goal is to have a baked potato inside.
With our fries cooked to golden brown perfection, we're ready to scoop them up. Whenever you get an order of Five Guys famous fries, you always get a topper.
But the topper is really what makes Five Guys fries special.
That's right. This is the extra scoop of fry that we're putting on top of those fries for the order. Right in there, and then you got your topper. It's gonna go right on top. It's key to serve the bag open. We need that outside air to get inside and keep those fries fresh.
Oh, really?
If they close it, you'll get soggy fries.
See, I'm thinking like I want to keep this warm, so I got to keep it closed.
Right, keep it wide open.
The thing you need to remember about Five Guys is that it's called Five Guys Burgers and Fries. They put just as much emphasis on the greatness of their fries as they do of their burger. And the best thing is there's so many more of them every time you take a bite.
When you think of classic food on the go, one meal comes to mind, at least for me, and that would be burgers and fries. So here's a look at how five brothers are winning over burger lovers with their fresh take on an American favorite. So watch.
At Five Guys,
Regular cheese, little cheese.
burgers and fries are the specialty of the house. The grill proudly sports very few frills and makes meat patties like you do at home.
I love coming to a place that's got real hamburger meat that's fresh in the morning. If I can find those places, that's where I'll stop every time.
The Five Guys are actually five brothers who began grilling up their homemade hamburgers in Virginia in the mid-1980s.
Okay, we'll start with the oldest. My oldest brother, Jim, and that'd be me, Matt, and then we have Chad, and then we have Ben and Tyler. All brothers.
Their love for mouth-watering meat and potatoes now stretches across America. This Five Guys restaurant in Colorado Springs, Colorado, cooks up well over 1,000 burgers every day. Getting ready for hungry hamburger fans starts early in the morning. They slice veggies and form fresh ground beef into perfect patties, all by hand.
The freshness is really what we focus on. And keep in mind, when we do our prep in the morning, we prep for only one day.
Then the number of people who walk in the door determines how many patties sizzle on the grill.
As soon as that customer walks in the door, you're going to hear somebody up front yell, 2 in the door, 1 in the door, 3 in the door. That's the cue to put some patties on the grill.
They watch the outer edges of the patty to turn a grayish color. Then give them a flip.
Flip that, and we're going to give it a good press and level.
The press keeps the burgers juicy, and it's the juices that signal when it's time for another turn.
We can train these guys where they can look at a burger and say, you know what, that burger's done.
We're going to swing that right over here.
But this is only half the meal.
Now, you can't have baseball without a bat. You can't have a burger without fries.
Sacks of potatoes surround customers in the restaurant. A board shows where the spuds come from each day. Would you believe Five Guys fries up 100 million pounds of potatoes each year? The fries start with a slice, then soak in water. They pre-cook the potatoes for a couple of minutes.
So that gives us that perfect fry that the inside of that is like a baked potato.
Then, when orders come in, a final drop of the peanut oil crisps the outside.
Pretty much goes from the dirt to the bag, into the sink, into the fryer, and into your mouth. And that's it. I mean, there's very few steps.
Their secret for freshness is to stay low-tech. No microwaves, freezers, or even timers here.
We want them to leave and go, how do they make that burger so good?
This all-American meal takes just 5 to 7 minutes to make.
Here you are, sir. You have a great day.
And for some, it takes even less time to eat.
You know, I'm at Five Guys Burgers and Fries, and I cannot wait because I'm about to, I know, have the best burger in Savannah. I'm all ready to order, and I can't wait.
How are you doing today?
Guess who's behind the counter?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm Natalie from the Southern Sea.
Chris Smith, Five Guys. How are you?
It's good to see you, Chris.
Good to see you.
I'm here because I've heard this is the best burger in town.
Is it your first time here?
My very first time.
Fantastic. Well, appreciate you coming in. Okay, so on our far left, we have our regular burgers. Our regular burgers are 2 patties, so it's almost a half pound of beef.
Okay,
all right?
Wow.
Our little burgers are 1 patty, so that's the difference. So it's about a half pounder or almost a quarter pound.
Okay.
You can choose a hamburger, cheeseburger, a bacon cheeseburger, or a bacon burger. So those are your options.
Okay.
The same for all of our little burgers. We also have all beef kosher Hebrew National hot dogs.
Oh, wow.
And we slice those down the middle. So it's the same options. You can choose cheese, bacon, or bacon and cheese, or a plain hot dog. But on all of our sandwiches, we have 15 free toppings to choose from.
Okay, what is your favorite and what is the specialty? I mean, what would you suggest?
My favorite, so I eat here all of the time. Normally my favorite burger is a bacon cheeseburger, and I get it with mayo, extra hot sauce, and extra bacon.
Extra hot sauce.
Yes.
Is that what I should try?
It's very, very good, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna take your word for it,
Okay, so
and
go with
I'm gonna go with that.
So we got one little bacon cheeseburger with bacon, extra bacon actually, hot sauce light, and some mayonnaise. And then we've got one little fry, and how about a drink to wash that down?
Okay, a Diet Coke.
Diet Coke. Okay, now we have our Coke Freestyle machine that's over 100 flavors. It's all self-serve over there.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and get you that. All right. Now it's going to be about 5 to 7 minutes for your order.
Okay, so do you bring it to me, or do I wait here?
No. So actually, we will call your number out, and like I was saying, it'll be a 5 to 7 minutes. You can just pick it up right over here. Our drinks are self-serve. Okay. Order up for 49, please. Order up for 49.
Okay, you've got me
Number
covered
49?
here. Number 49.
All right, Natalie. Fantastic. Thank you very much.
You've got me covered here, right?
Yes, you're good to go.
Can't wait. I've been enjoying this fabulous burger, and now joining me, of course, is franchise owner Chris Smith, and of course that's Five Guys Burgers and Fries, and that's for Savannah,
Bluffton, Brunswick, and Hilton Head.
Oh, so you are busy.
Very busy with 6 stores and quite a few employees. It's definitely a full-time job.
Let's talk about Five Guys Burgers and Fries. Can you give me a little history with Five Guys Burgers and Fries?
Yeah, so Five Guys started, it was 5 brothers back in 1986 in Alexandria, Virginia. So I got into Five Guys back when I was in college. I heard about it from a family friend who was a vegetarian.
Who was a vegetarian?
Who was a vegetarian. It was the only place who let our family eat burgers because of the quality of our ingredients.
Okay.
All of our vegetables are all cut by hand, fresh daily. All of our hamburger patties are hand formed. We have no freezers in the store.
I was so pleasantly surprised to have this smiling face, and you walked me through the entire menu. It helped me.
Absolutely.
I mean, is that something that's important here at Five Guys?
Service is extremely important. We focus on having the best burgers and fries. We focus on having very clean stores, but service is what makes us different, absolutely.
But it's not just burgers here that you have. You have other things as well.
That's correct. So we have the hot dogs, we have our grilled cheese, and then a veggie sandwich.
Okay, so Chris, I have a question for you, because I know a lot of viewers like me probably drive by Five Guys all the time. Maybe some of them have actually walked in and wondered, are there really 5 guys? And you got to tell me the
There
story.
actually are
about
5
that.
brothers.
There are 5 guys.
Yes, Ben, Tyler, Matt, Tim, and Chad. And their dad asked them if they'd want to go to open a burger restaurant instead of going to college. And they all made that leap of faith.
Well, here's the thing that I love also about Five Guys is, I come in here, you're the owner.
Yes.
But you were behind the counter.
I'm here all the time in the stores.
So many times I've walked into establishments and, we have to kind of set up the appointments and that kind of thing. But, I mean, I'm amazed to walk in and you're actually behind the counter. You work behind sometimes.
I love being in the stores.
Are you serious? Why is that important to you?
It's important for our crew to see the owner, back doing the same things that they're doing every day.
The great thing also about Five Guys, since you guys have been in the market, is you guys get really involved with the community as well.
Absolutely.
And that's so important, I've heard, with the business here.
Absolutely. That's been one of our big initiatives in the past year. We actually have an event March 25th, which is our Five Guys for Heroes event. There were certain heroes in our community that weren't really recognized as much as they
should be.
Should be. So our main focus is on military, teachers, police department, and the fire department.
And while we've been sitting here, I've watched quite a few servicemen walk in.
Quite a few military at this location. So over the next year, we have planned once a month to rotate our different locations, and then really pick a different hero. So the one on March 25th is for teachers. So from 6 to 8 p.m. on March 25th, if the teacher has a valid ID, the burger, fry, and the drink will all be free for them.
Why is it so important for you to blossom out and mushroom this business out to this particular area, Savannah, the Coastal Empire, and Low Country?
Well, it was definitely an underserved market in regards to hamburgers and fries. I just fell in love with Savannah.
Well, I love the fact that you fell in love with it, because now we get to enjoy this fabulous product. Well, Chris, thank you so much for letting me come in and bring my Southern St.
Absolutely, anytime.
I love this burger, and I will definitely be back.
All right, thank you very much.
It's great to see you.
Yes, you too.
If you'd like more information on Five Guys Burgers and Fries, all you have to do is go to the information you see right there on your screen. Go to one of the restaurants and try these great burgers. We'll make sure we put you in contact with our good friends at Five Guys Burgers and Fries.
It might seem that making Five Guys burgers would be pretty easy to make. They're just meat and buns, right? But what if I tell you that it's something so much more than throwing some bun and meat on a hot surface? It takes perfect blends of flavors, and is more complicated than you think. The fresh beginnings. The ingredients that are chosen by Five Guys are specific and used in the right amount to get the exact taste that we're all so crazy about. And you don't want to wait a lot to fulfill your temptations. So Five Guys employees make sure to get a speedy delivery. A Five Guys burger can be made easily within just 6 to 8 minutes if the ingredients are ready, hence their super fast service. Fortunately for us, what Five Guys uses are fresh and well-sourced ingredients that are healthy and the best in quality. Did you know that restaurants don't even use freezers? That adds more freshness to the taste. The restaurant franchise takes pleasure in employing daily handmade beef patties that are produced fresh in-house, never frozen. The condiments. These are the ingredients that change with each style of burger they make. It includes ketchup, mustard, hot sauce, mayonnaise, and finally sweet sauce, and probably the secret sauce. Now, this is where you get the punchy flavors that we like so much, and they complement the burger a lot. Equipment used. There's a decent amount of equipment that is used for making the Five Guys burger, which only adds to making the burger even more complicated. But lucky for us, all the staff members go through training to ensure their skills using them. It includes 2 grills for cooking, a heavy press, non-stick parchment paper, spatulas, spoons, and spreading knives, a few cookie sheets, an aluminum scale, and finally aluminum foil. Five Guys also ensures that proper sanitation is maintained in the kitchen, so hand washing is highly suggested. Further, gloves are worn whenever you get near the cooking space. The meat. Five Guys gets their beef from Schweed and Sons and uses a combination of chuck and sirloin. However, they're not easily found everywhere as it requires a mixture proportion that only they have rightly formulated. Unlike the other usual burger joints, Five Guys does not add any salt, pepper, or onion powder for taste. The meat they use is ground twice to ensure better smash burger patties for the best possible taste. That's because the meat is usually ground once at the packing facility and again at the store before selling it. Meatballs. They roll the meat into small 3.3 ounce balls and then smash it. Any flat surface is enough for the smashing part, but they use a hamburger press to do it more efficiently. Five Guys is famous for stacking its burgers 4 at a time. They smash each meatball individually and flatten it. The flattened meat is then placed between the non-stick parchment papers to prevent them from sticking to each other. They avoid smashing the meat after stacking them, as that would prove to be a complete mess. The cooking countertops at Five Guys are all made of stainless steel. That's because while smashing, the friction created exerts heat, which will not give off the perfect burger we all like having. And thus, to avoid that, a slightly cooler surface is required, which is provided by stainless steel countertops. The next step would require the cookie sheets to be cooler. So, the cookie sheets need to be refrigerated for a few minutes until they are slightly cooler than room temperature. The burger balls are then placed slowly on these cookie sheets. The patty and the buns. The patty and the buns are an essential part of making the burgers. The Five Guys follow a 2-step process after making the patty. They start working on the burgers and the buns at the same time on different grills and at different temperatures. The cooks at Five Guys keep in account that the grilling must be done properly and equally on both sides. The Five Guys makes it a point to cook or grill the buns and patties evenly on both sides. They don't coat the buns with any butter or mayonnaise, but customers do get a more egg flavor on the buns, unlike traditional sesame seed buns. The grill that's meant for the buns is set at less than medium heat, and the one that is used for the patties is set at medium high. Not much oil is used for the patties, but just enough to give them a good sear. They toast the buns lightly and then remove them from the grill. Finally, we place the patties on the grill and they don't touch them for at least 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, the patties are flipped. After flipping the juicy patties, they're again flattened with a lot of pressure. This gives the Five Guys burger that signature texture and taste. A heavy press is used to do the same. The heavy press makes the patties the width that is associated with Five Guys. That also makes the burger more flavorful and meatier. They don't immediately smash the meat after it's put on the hot grill, but instead prefer to wait for the 30-second mark. Dressing the buns. Now, this section depends on the type of burger you order and your preferences. The buns are also flipped, and Five Guys prefers to toast the buns, but not till it's well done. They add the wet toppings first. That includes some ketchup, hot sauce, mayonnaise, and mustard. They already have onions and mushrooms cooked in clarified butter that they prepare beforehand. The onions and mushrooms are then added to the burgers. There is a specific order that Five Guys follows when it comes to the sauces. The first one that's used is the hot sauce, and it's spread all across the top bun. The next spread used is mayonnaise. Five Guys produce their mayonnaise, which is a little creamier than the normal store mayonnaise. The mayonnaise is also spread all around the top bun. They dress the bottom bun in ketchup and mustard. The Five Guys ketchup contains 20 calories per serving and is put on the bottom bun in 3 rings with a small nose ketchup dispenser. Then mustard is added in 2 rings to secure the classic Five Guys bottom bun taste. Finishing with cheese. Till now, all this process is done within 2 minutes of the burger being on its flip side. The burger is then flipped again and then pressed with a spatula. This is done to determine the thickness of the finished burger. The Five Guys usually press the burger with quite a pressure, and they press them equally hard from both sides. The burgers are then flipped, left for 30 seconds more, and then flipped again. All of the burgers are cooked till well done. After that comes the addition of cheese. Since 1986, when Five Guys first opened its doors, they've been using Kraft American cheese in their burgers. The cheese that is used by Five Guys is never pre-melt. Instead, they do a pretty interesting thing, which includes putting the cheese on a patty and stacking that patty with another patty. The impressive secret of the Five Guys is cheese and how they stack them. They always make it a point to stack cheese to cheese. Then, all of them are carefully transferred to the bun. The top of the bun is properly spread with hot sauce and mayonnaise and other various toppings. However, the cooks at Five Guys ensure that the sauce and mayonnaise and other toppings are put on top of the meat facing up and not the cheese. Wrapping. The burgers are then wrapped in aluminum foil from one corner to the other and then folded in. It is the convection properties of the foil that melt the cheese inside, as the cheese inside is delivered to the bun somewhat intact. However, wrapping the burger in aluminum foil might also cause the bun to get soggy after some time. Some people even complained about this matter. It's been seen that the sogginess of the buns can be avoided by opening the wrap within a minute of receiving the burger. That allows enough time for the cheese to melt while also preventing moisture from getting into the buns. And that is how Five Guys makes their flavorful and juicy burgers. Click on one of the 2 videos on your screen right now. We'll catch you guys in the next one.